I courted Meri and I courted Robyn, but Christine and Janelle both asked if they could be in the family. And with that ask, I had some special requirements that I wanted them to meet in order to come into the family.
The news that shattered Kody Brown's already fragile world arrived not with a bang, but with the haunting silence of dusk descending over his eerily quiet Flagstaff home. The golden sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows over the porch that once bustled with laughter, children's footsteps, and the bittersweet chaos of plural family life. But that chaos had died long ago, replaced by an eerie calm that brought no peace-only echoes. The once sprawling Brown family empire, a tapestry of sister wives and children, dreams and delusions, had crumbled into dust. Gone were the sisterhood, gatherings and unity speeches. In their place stood the solitary figure of Kody, staring hollow-eyed at a stack of court papers delivered from Aurora's attorney. Papers that sliced through the last threads of trust he held on to. Aurora Sullivan, Robyn's eldest daughter, now legally an adult, had filed a lawsuit naming Kody Brown as the defendant in a heated legal battle over property ownership, citing mismanagement, breach of fiduciary duty, and intentional harm. Kody's hands trembled not from surprise, but from the magnitude of betrayal. Years ago, in 2020, Robyn had pleaded with him in hushed, desperate tones to put the land in Aurora's name as a mere technicality. "Kody, you're her father now. You promised to treat her like your own. Just sign it for her protection," she had whispered. Blinded by love, or more truthfully, obsession, Kody had signed without reading the fine print. But love, as he now knew, can be weaponized. The court packet revealed not only that Aurora had been named the sole beneficiary of the Flagstaff property, but also that Kody had unknowingly ceded legal control. The property had been bought using pooled family money from the infamous Coyote Pass Fund, now valued at over $450,000. Now Robyn's biological daughter was suing him for full ownership, claiming financial negligence and damages. Kody's head swam. Its reality, already frayed from estrangement with Meri, Janelle, and Christine, unraveled further as the painful truth settled in. This was no accident. This was a strategic betrayal, a surgical maneuver cloaked in maternal concern. As the paperwork lay on the kitchen counter, Kody staggered back, rage and confusion clashing violently within. "What did you do to me, Robyn?" He rasped aloud, voice cracking from emotion and dehydration. Words spread like wildfire, igniting social media with outrage, sympathy, and vindication. Meri and Janelle didn't hold back. Meri, dignified but clearly wounded, took to Instagram Live and said with poignant restraint, "Sometimes people build their lives on lies, but when those lies hurt others, that's a betrayal that's hard to come back from." Janelle, always more direct, blunt in her Our Plural Path confessional. Robyn was playing chess while the rest of us were playing house. The internet exploded with memes, reactions, and TikToks dissecting every moment. But it wasn't until Kody exploded in private in a set that was supposed to be closed to cameras that the gloves came off. "You manipulated me," he screamed at Robyn, voice raw. "You said this was for her safety. You never told me she'd control the deed. This was your plan." Robyn, mascara running and voice shaking, shouted back, "You wanted her safe. You said you'd do anything to protect her." The argument escalated, and although producers tried to stop filming, the boom mics kept rolling, catching Kody's broken-hearted confession. "If I knew you'd use Aurora to sue me, I never would have signed a damn thing." That soundbite, leaked online, sent the Brown fandom into a frenzy. Days later, Aurora herself released a statement through her lawyer, cold and clinical. "This is not about personal emotion. This is about my future and reclaiming what I was promised." But the internet wasn't buying it. Christine's daughter, Isabel, posted a TikTok that went viral within hours. "We sacrificed everything for a dream that wasn't ours." That dream belonged to one family. Kody's world, already gutted by loss, was now publicly ridiculed. His identity as the patriarch had turned into a national punchline. He appeared gaunt and sleep-deprived in a rare solo interview. "I don't even know who I am anymore," he mumbled. "I thought I was building something eternal, a legacy. But now I realize it was all built on sand." The emotional and financial carnage was so severe that Our Plural Path quietly shut down all Brown family-related ventures. Sponsors fled. The network panicked. Robyn, once the darling of the franchise, now found herself isolated in a fortress of her own making. Her home, which she once called her sanctuary, felt like a mausoleum. She avoided the outside world, her phone buzzing nonstop with calls from lawyers, reporters, and even estranged family. Her carefully curated public image disintegrated. Even her children began to question her. Brianna confronted her late one night. "Mom, is it true? Did you make Aurora do this to steal money from Dad?" Robyn reached out, her voice trembling. "I was protecting her, sweetie." But Brianna backed away. "You said that about Dad, too." Meanwhile, Christine was on fire. Furious, she convened an emergency Zoom call with Meri and Janelle. Her eyes were steel. "I'm done with her rewriting history. She pushed me out, made Kody choose, and now she wants to take what we built." No. Christine hired a civil litigation attorney and began compiling financial audits of the Coyote Pass account, claiming Robyn misused family funds to purchase private property for her biological children. Then, in a shocking twist, Christine announced she would testify for Kody. "He's a narcissist," she told press. But Robyn doesn't get to destroy everything and walk away with a check. Our Plural Path, backed into a corner, released a rare statement. "We are reassessing production amid serious legal concerns. Our priority is transparency." Behind the scenes, Our Plural Path greenlit a final explosive two-part special. The Last Confession, a raw no-edit series where each cast member would face the camera alone. Christine, Janelle, Meri, Robyn, Aurora, even Kody. One by one, they laid their souls bare. Meri's segment was a quiet storm. "My biggest regret." She whispered into the camera. "Letting them make me invisible." I begged for acknowledgement. But Robyn cried louder. She held up a letter from Kody dated 2019. "You ended us in writing before you had the guts to say it out loud." Then came Christine, slamming a manila folder onto the table. Bank statements, group chat, screenshots, tax records. We were supposed to share. But she moved the money. She built that mansion on our kids' backs. And now she's suing the man who gave her everything. Then Aurora sat down. The room hushed. Her voice shook. "I signed something I didn't understand. Mom said it was just paperwork. I didn't know it would destroy everything." She cried quietly and walked off set, leaving her empty chair in focus. When Robyn entered, dressed immaculately, she looked defiant till she saw the evidence. Christine's documents, Meri's letter, Aurora's email. Her voice cracked. "This isn't fair. I was holding the family together." The host didn't flinch. "Did you buy the property in Aurora's name, knowing the legal consequences for Kody?" Robyn blinked. Yes. But he knew. Then the host read Kody's court testimony. "I didn't know Aurora would get full control. I trusted Robyn. That broke her. He's lying. They all hate me. This is about revenge." Her meltdown was brutal. There was no applause, no soft lighting, only silence. She stormed out. Kody was the last to appear. Older, grayer. Alone. He stared into the lens and whispered, "I made mistakes. I trusted the wrong person. I lost my family chasing a dream. I thought love was sacrifice. But maybe it's knowing when you're being used and walking away before you lose everything." He took off his wedding band and placed it on the table. "Sorry." Within days, Kody and Aurora settled their lawsuit privately. He relinquished all claims to the Flagstaff home. Robyn gave up rights to Coyote Pass and future Our Plural Path profits. But the civil suit brought by Christine, Meri, and Janelle moved forward with Our Plural Path's internal documents used as evidence. Robyn's world collapsed. Her social media went dark. Brand deals vanished. Rumors swirled that Brianna had moved in with a cousin in Utah. Solomon and Ariella were being homeschooled in secret. Then came the final blow. A Reddit leak from a former legal assistant exposed a 20-page email chain confirming Robyn had coached Aurora, contacted lawyers behind Kody's back, and manipulated events for financial gain. The most devastating quote: "When he thinks he's in charge, he's more manageable." The internet erupted. Kody, cornered and humiliated, lashed out. He gave a disjointed interview to a small outlet saying, "Everyone thinks I'm the villain. I was the puppet." He then released a Dropbox folder filled with personal files, voice memos, and even a handwritten note from Christine in 2019. One audio clip featured Robyn mocking Christine's medical condition. Kody captioned it, "Let them go. They were never loyal." The internet turned. Sympathy for Robyn evaporated. Isabel cried in a YouTube vlog. "He wouldn't fly out for my surgery, but he helped her daughter sue him." Gabe shared a voicemail from Kody begging him not to turn the family against Robyn. Gwen said it plainly. She used guilt and tears, and he rewarded her. Even Aurora, crumbling under pressure, posted, "I didn't mean to hurt anyone. I didn't know what I was doing. I'm sorry," then vanished offline. In court, Christine testified with fire. Janelle sobbed, recounting how she spent her retirement for the move to Flagstaff, only to be left with nothing. Meri dropped a bomb. "Robyn told me once, adapt or be left behind. Turns out she rewrote the rules and left us all out." Public opinion was fierce. Netflix secured a docuseries, podcasts, dissected court transcripts. The verdict wasn't in, but the people had spoken. Robyn exploited the family, and Kody let her. Our Plural Path unveiled its final act, Escaping the Dream. Life After Sister Wives, a limited docuseries with courtroom footage and unseen family clips. Christine and Janelle launched their co-written memoir, Unraveled, with a foreword by Gwen and Madison. Meri announced her solo book and turned her B&B into a sanctuary for women fleeing spiritual abuse. "Loyalty without honesty is slavery," she said in a live stream. Robyn disappeared entirely. No posts, no interviews. But her emails lived, etched in digital stone. The Brown family's polygamous dream didn't just end, it imploded. And when the dust settled over Coyote Pass, all that remained was a camera lens zooming out on an empty plot of land where a legacy once tried to take root and failed. Thanks for watching. Our Plural Path. Subscribe for more. Exclusive updates. The fallout from the property betrayal hadn't even cooled before new revelations began surfacing, one more damning than the last, each one sending shockwaves through what remained of the Brown legacy. As Christine and Janelle's memoir Unraveled soared to the top of bestseller lists, the public thirst for truth only intensified. Fans were no longer passive observers. They were investigators, archivists, and emotional survivors themselves, latching on to every clip, every photo, every Reddit theory like it was sacred text. And while Robyn retreated further into silence, the other wives were only just beginning to find their voices. The book tour for Unraveled became more than just a press event. It was a reckoning. Every interview peeled back more of the carefully crafted narrative Robyn and Kody had built for years. On Good Morning America, Janelle didn't mince words. "Kody didn't just abandon us, he actively enabled Robyn to erase us from the family infrastructure. He let her convince him our children didn't matter, that our years of sacrifice were disposable." Christine, holding back tears, added, "I loved him, I really did. But I will never forgive what he allowed to happen to our children." That's the line. As their words rang out across televisions and live streams nationwide, the public mood turned permanently. Sympathy for Kody evaporated into ash. Robyn became a symbol of deception, and the Sister Wives brand, once synonymous with a peculiar kind of unity, was now shorthand for betrayal and collapse. Even corporate sponsors that once fought to partner with the Browns began pulling out one by one. The Flagstaff Chamber of Commerce revoked Kody's long-expired business permits. He was no longer viewed as a quirky polygamist, he was a cautionary tale. And Our Plural Path was the only channel still daring enough to document every explosive twist as it happened. But the real twist came not from the wives, but from the children. It began with Gwen, who took to TikTok in a 12-minute unscripted, emotional rant that would later be described as the moment the Brown children truly took back the narrative. In it, she described the emotional manipulation that occurred behind the scenes. We weren't a family, we were a brand. Was so obsessed with protecting the image of polygamy that he let Robyn control everything. And when we pushed back, we were labeled ungrateful. She paused, tears streaming. She wasn't our mom. She was our handler. That one video received over 11 million views in less than 48 hours. Soon, it was followed by an avalanche. Hunters shared deleted voicemails from Kody, including one where Kody threatened to disown him if he kept siding with Christine. Madison posted a photo collage titled The Real Sister Wives, featuring only Christine, Janelle, Meri, and their children, no Robyn. Gabe quietly uploaded a single Instagram story, a screenshot of his bank transaction showing thousands. Missing funds supposedly taken for family needs that never returned. The caption read simply, "I guess some families have different priorities." But the emotional crescendo arrived when Logan, the eldest, released a statement that shook everyone. Long seen as the composed, diplomatic child, Logan had always kept quiet until now. "My silence was mistaken for consent," he wrote, "but I watched it all. I watched my mothers cry themselves to sleep. I watched Robyn lie to my father. I watched as he believed her every word while turning his back on the rest of us. No more silence." He then announced he'd be joining the civil case on the side of Christine, Janelle, and Meri. That civil trial, now dubbed The Polygamist, reckoning by the media, became the most covered family court case in recent memory. Our Plural Path had exclusive access. Every court document, every deposition, every bombshell exhibit dissected and discussed in real time. The most explosive piece of evidence, a financial spreadsheet showing that over $110,000 had been funneled from the Coyote past joint account directly into Robyn's private fund labeled educational and medical. Upon investigation, that fund was used not just for medical bills, but for Aurora's plastic surgery, Brianna's lavish birthday events, and even Robyn's secret Botox appointments in Scottsdale. Christine's attorneys slammed the document onto the courtroom podium and glared at Robyn. "You used your children as a financial shield, then sued the man who gave them everything." Robyn sobbed, mascara bleeding into her lap. But there was no sympathy left. Even the judge looked unmoved. Then came the voice messages. Kody's voice recorded by Christine in 2020. He admitted he wasn't strong enough to say no to Robyn and felt safer just giving her what she wanted. Christine turned to the jury, face like flint. "That was the day I emotionally divorced him, not when I left. When I realized I was married to a coward." Outside the courthouse, fans gathered with signs. Some read "Justice for the Brown kids." Others simply said she played you all. On the third week of the trial, Meri brought her own receipts. Old texts, calendar invites Robyn had canceled accidentally. And one message where Robyn told her flat out, "If you're not on board, maybe you shouldn't be part of this family anymore." The prosecution painted Robyn not just as an emotional manipulator, but a strategic con artist who carefully dismantled a plural family to secure individual wealth and a solo narrative. And when confronted, Kody collapsed emotionally on the stand. "I let her do it," he sobbed. "I knew it was wrong, but I was addicted to the way she made me feel important." His words became the headline of every major publication. The next morning, as the case neared its conclusion, Robyn was nowhere to be seen. She had vanished again. Her attorneys claimed emotional distress, but fans weren't buying it. Reddit exploded with conspiracy threads. Robyn had fled to Utah. Robyn was under a conservatorship. Robyn was in a rehab for narcissistic breakdowns. None confirmed, but Our Plural Path dug deeper than anyone. A former makeup artist from the set leaked behind-the-scenes footage of Robyn berating staff, demanding scenes be cut and saying, "If I go down, Kody goes with me." That clip played over and over on reaction channels. Kody was asked about it in his final court appearance. She said that, "Then I guess I never knew her at all." The verdict: devastating for Robyn. She was ordered to repay $89,000 to the family fund and relinquish any future royalties from all Sister Wives-related content. Kody was not charged financially, but the judge scolded him harshly for willful ignorance and emotional neglect of his plural household. Christine, Janelle, and Meri won back partial claims to Coyote Pass, and most shockingly, a restraining order was placed preventing Robyn from contacting any of the original 3 wives without